One thing about me, if you give me a microphone, I'm going to start naming people I know. I'm going to name drop on the microphone.
The Christina Gia.
I did that on here before we started recording.
Well, yes. Well, with I guess to fill the listeners in on what we were discussing, we were talking about, your myriad of Survivor alum friends who are not caught up on the show, but you happen to be caught up.
We won't name names.
Because Brandon has never appeared on the podcast by himself before. He usually attends with a female companion, and he found it difficult to find one this week.
I love to be here with a member of the LGBT community, often which a woman, not necessarily all the time. But this time, I asked around, and people, aren't watching the show, aren't in the LGBT community, which I came up with. I'm like, well, that's not the bit. Like, the bit's over then. So now I'm just here by myself, and I can feel it. I like to have a chaperone, and the chaperone's not here. Christine really is the chaperone.
Yes, I'm stepping into that role.
I've been here with Franny. I've been here with Kelly, and I didn't want to repeat a guest, but also like a lot of people aren't watching season 49 of Survivor. People are not watching the program. From the Survivor alumni, let me tell you, people are either many, many, many weeks behind, or people just are taking this one off the edge of extinction with me and over.
That would be funny to see like how long we could keep a podcast. Like who would stay on the podcast the longest?
I will block off days in my schedule to do it. If that is an idea that comes to actuality, I'm so in on that. I can keep yapping. Omer and we can keep yapping.
They don't BJ pressure cooker Survivor unless you can keep talking.
That's true. Mm-hmm. That's Derek, did you just say that's what BJ Com will be? Is that what you suggested for BJ?
No, BJ pressure. It's the BJ pressure cooker.
The BJ pressure cooker.
Sure. BJ pressure cooker.
BJ. You know him.
Yep.
I'm ready. I'll wear eye black.
What does that do?
Like the stuff the football players wear on their face, like the eye black.
Girl. Sure. You're talking to the wrong people.
Yeah, you had it, and this is why you need a gay lady with you every time, because it's like.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing a good job. We did not.
You should have intervened as soon as the words crept from his mouth.
Yeah, you should have said, "Hey, stop that!
No,
enough."
I'm so sad Sophie hasn't been relevant to the stories so far this season, because she is literally like
pivotal.
I feel like she is like Outlandered out of season 17 era Survivor. Like she's like I want the money and I don't care. And like she's like everything she says is like exactly what I want every character to be like.
Why are they addicted to doing this? Like I know why they're addicted to doing this. I feel like every season in the new era, there's like some person who ends up being like really interesting in the merge, like a really interesting, compelling character, and then they just like don't invest in that at all, and then we're like, oh, this person's important. Like even like 44. I mean, 44 is the biggest example of this. So many people who were just like, wow, would have been nice to know who Lauren was if she was like the biggest threat in the game. And they just like keep doing this, and it's like, especially in the 90 minutes, it's like not that much to like. And apparently like I think it was I can't remember whose exit press, but like one of the jurors so far's exit press said like people like really like did not vibe with Sophie pre-merge. Like she really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and like that's interesting that she was like, people found her like annoying and off-putting. Someone said described her as off-putting. I think it was like, I can't remember who it was, but like one of the jurors described her as very off-putting. And it's like, I want to like see a woman like
she was on the bottom of the yellow tribe
and then like win immunities. Like that is interesting.
Yeah, it's I saw something floating around on Reddit. I'm not the first person to have this take, but I do wonder if like, and I'm again, I think the show is being made for everybody to watch while also be on their phone, and I think that's where all TV is at this current moment, unless it's like Pluribus, which I heard is fantastic. I can't keep up with it, but I'm wondering if
that's because you're on your phone.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm on Blue Sky. There's so much Sophie B in the first 4 episodes that I wonder if they thought it would be too confusing to have 2 main protagonist Sophies, and they were just like, we'll just show
I'd believe it,
the other one. And I think it's just, again, if you're watching the show while also playing Candy Crush and you just hear like 60 minutes of conversation about a Sophie, I feel like people are gonna be like, what? Why? Going with different names from the off the rip, I think would have been very helpful. I don't know why we didn't do that, but I don't know why they do a lot of stuff. They do.
They have great last names. Just Valerdi and Segretti, like.
Okay, yes, it should have been last names.
And that would make the season, on the whole, like more memorable. I feel like if you have two women, two last names that are going for each other, people love that shit.
If 51, like, I'm personally just like, if 51 is like they don't like really take to heart some of these issues, girl, I like don't know how I can keep going much longer.
Yes,
Like, it's just
Jeff
like
Probst's the king of taking things to heart.
that's just what worries me. It's like, what are they gonna do?
I will say the season started declining directly following the announcement that season 50 will be an all-star season, because they did that during 46. I don't know if it was after 40. Well, Jeff did it, so it probably wasn't after 47 left. So they filmed 47, but they probably already had all the plans in place and they were like ready to go, and then they announced that, and then something shifted, and 48 and 49 were questionable.
Yeah, and I do think, and I don't know how much, I mean, the idea that it's the same colors on alternating cycles and it's the same challenges that all, again, not to keep using the phone analogy, but if you're not looking up and then you look up every 15 seconds, the challenges look the exact same. They're the same colors. Like, there is no identity to each one, but like 41 felt like there was an identity, and 42 felt like we had identity for a little bit, and the identity, even if it wasn't in the season at large, it was in the people that were on the season. And now I think that part is gone, where now we're just like getting AI generated whatever. And I do think on the confessional front, we were not always doing, and this isn't everybody, I think Rizzo, Sophie's event, I think are particularly good at, Sage is particularly good at it. I think there are some folks, even the folks that have already been voted out, who are giving big brothery confessionals, and that was not a thing before. That was like, we weren't doing that. Even you look 3-4 seasons ago, we weren't doing that. Even the folks that don't go as far or aren't as like interesting on camera are not giving what sound like Big Brother in the diary room sound bites. But that's, how did we get here? It's I don't know. I think the show is just being edited in a different way that is losing the heart of what makes the show good. And I've said this ad nauseum, but like, you go on you apply to Survivor 9, you don't know where you're going, which I understand we're not going to get that back. Scratch that. You don't know how many tribes you're going to be, how many are going to be there when you get there, what color tribe you're going to be on. If you apply for season 51 and they keep shit the same, like, I would just right now go buy your primary color shit, watch this same couple episodes from the past, from the pre-merge portions. You can just telegraph every beat that's going to happen. And that's just, there was not a point in the 25-year history of Survivor, or the 20-year history of Survivor, I should say, where that was the reality. You didn't know any of the times. And that is a bummer to me, of like, the show that prides itself on, like, if the lure is the adventure and the prize is the adventure, whatever that thing is, like, adventure like comes with unknown, and I don't know where the unknown is anymore. Like, I feel like we know. We can pick the people that are going to be on your tribe. I feel like we can get that. And it's just so, I said this when I did A Star Is Borneo with you, Christine, over the summer. It's like, I cried watching that episode of Borneo, because I'm like, oh my God, this is the best fucking show on TV. And I don't think we are there anymore. No. And we haven't been there for a minute.
You're talking about the heart of Survivor, and we're talking about Borneo for obviously iconic confessional. I have the $1 million check written. They just need to sign it, whatever it is. Like, that is the winner of the season. That is like the first time we hear someone talk about the money. The money used to be a huge part of the show. Like, people were there. Everyone's there for the money, and it still is today. Like, when people go out to play Survivor, they are there for the money. But we are talking this week about an episode where the character on the show that we've been told to dislike and is ungrateful, doesn't want the food, was invisible for the first 8 episodes, is like, I'm going to do what I have to get the money, and I'll make friends with these people later. And the person who is the icon of God, or the word of God on the show, Jeff Probst, is in this same episode and says, the game of Survivor is the lore, but the experience you get while playing the game is the real prize. And they're talking about like Christina's transformation, and he's like, you're not going to remember what you did on day 7, but you'll remember the time on day 18 when you connected with your mom. And like, he's like, he specifically doesn't want it to be about the money, and we are not supposed to like characters who are there for the money, it feels like, which is crazy. They're there, everybody's there for the money. They want the $1 million.
The idea, like Australian Survivor, the promos they would do before the seasons came out, they had Destiny's Child Survivor. Yep. They did My Way by Frank Sinatra for the All-Star season. Like, they really utilize, and maybe I don't know what makes that production company different than this one, but like, I think that we should do more of that. You know what I mean? Like, when the preview for next season comes out, put it to a song. Don't even have dialogue. You know what I mean? I would love that.
I mean, honestly, after this is our first returning season since 40, and we know what they did for 40 with the music, I think we could be getting some.
You better be ready.
I see. It's like I don't
think we can trust them. I don't think we can trust them.
That was bad. That was a bad idea by them. But like, also, Sia is a fan of the show, and all of the, or was. I don't know.
Yeah, she gave up.
She didn't take to it after a certain point. But like, they were playing a song "Alive" by Sia in all of the promotional material leading up to 40. Make the trailer to that. Just that you already have the license to the song. You know, just in that song it'll get your blood pumping. I would listen to that before my Survivor because it reminded me of Survivor. If you haven't seen, the thing I want to promote is the search on YouTube the Australian Survivor promo in 2016 for the first season. Yes. They like do a remix to Survivor by Destiny's Child. Like they do, like they make their own version that they cut it in a certain way, and it's so fucking good. It's really good. You can't find that version of the song elsewhere because they made it. And I watch it every once in a while. It's really good.
The second best promo after Sue's big move.
Period.
Sue's big move. I just saw a tweet.
Am I literally Sue's big move right now?
Iconic.
But it's so funny. I really anticipated to coming into this episode that we were going to be sort of praising it, and we did meta commentary, but I'm thrilled about it. And I'm not saying did in the past tense, but I just thought it was going to be a lot more. And they're latching onto anything to make people argue. Like they don't believe one way or the other. They just want to say the most inflammatory thing, and they know that saying something about like Savannah's a mean girl, either one, people will agree and like be super misogynistic towards her, but it will also get people to respond and be like, she's actually fucking like fuck you. Like they literally just want people to argue all the time.
And I'll fall for it every time.
Yep.
The mean girl thing is so crazy. And again, I don't want to reheat Rob's nachos. Rob made the point of like, where's mean boy? There's no mean boy. You know what I mean? It's always mean girl.
Feminist king.
But also like,
okay,
I will be the first mean boy on Survivor.
It's literally a repeat of Jerry on season 2. Like she's literally not doing anything at all, and people are demonizing her.
And that's why Jerry got bumped from 50.
I mean, literally. There are like 100 quote unquote mean girls in Survivor history, but I'm thinking about like Corinne. I think is like a mean person. You know what I mean? Like I don't think of Corinne as like a mean. Like I think there's such they're binary things of like there's no, Corinne has no connective tissue. I think between like a Savannah type. Like I think like Corinne is mean. Like I think that Savannah's like having fun and leaning into it, but like isn't like. And again, Corinne's extremely funny. Like it's not a knock on Corinne. It's just I think there are so many people that have put in this bucket where I think it fits, that description fits one or two people.